This is a home grills, you know,
Oh, yes.
they're cast iron and
Cook the Food Talk. I'm Marianne Myers, and I am joined, as always, by my fabulous guest host, Linda Perkins. Good morning, Linda.
good morning, Marianne. How are you?
I'm well. I'm slightly damp.
Oh my gosh, I felt like a turkey. I got out of my car and I was afraid if I looked up I was gonna drown, you know. It's raining so hard.
And also, we've been basted.
We couldn't taste it.
Yeah. I don't mind, though. It's not very cold. And
No,
so that's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, weather aside.
It's February.
I know.
Woo-hoo.
Please stop. Can we shift into low for a few days?
I know, where did January go? And I know how much you love holidays and that you're already baking for Valentine's Day.
Yes, I isn't February chock-a-block with shopping holidays? I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, or big sales or something.
Yeah.
I wonder what you're cooking lately.
Let's see.
I know you're out of town a lot lately.
Yeah, I've been, okay, I got a gift a while ago this past summer, and it was one of those outdoor flat top grills, you know, they're cast iron and they're just great. So here's the thing, and it's a great gift, but here's the thing when you get a gift. Like if you're planning to buy something, you're like, oh, yes, I do, I really need it. I'm going to make this and this and this, I'm going to put here, I'm going to do this, and it's going to be great, I'm going to do this. And then when something shows up, you're like, wow. And so I hadn't like considered all the possibilities, you know. So just this past week, what I've been doing is experimenting with it and trying to see, like when I make a lot of something. So right away, when I got the thing, I made like 2 months worth of French toast for Dale because it freezes just perfectly, you know. And then I don't even have to get out of bed and he's got homemade breakfast. Woohoo! And so, you know, I make bread, kind of like the crusty rustic bread. I sliced it up, and I bet I did 3 loaves worth of bread, you know. But the thing is about a yard across and half a yard deep, and you just put a whole bunch of, you know, slices of toast. I think very easily it fit 12 big slices of bread on there. And you could just do so much at a time, and you're not trapped to the stove forever. And so I made some teriyaki noodles, and I usually make them in a wok, but they take a while. And it was raining, which is not good with the wok, because there's oil in the wok and the water gets the oil, and then the fire department comes. So, good Lord. So what I tried summer, but when there's, you know, sun, but he set it up on the deck over the flat top, and then I just got it really hot because you get a wok really hot. That's part of the glory of a wok.
Yes.
And I just put everything on there at once in different piles. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay.
And so I cooked everything all at once. And so instead of taking, you know, 2 hours, it took about 25 minutes. It was just great. It was just great. And so that giant thing is, even though we're just a family of 2, you know, and I have freezers. I really like to do the kind of, it's not really meal prepping, but just if I make something, I make enough for like 4 servings so that we can put it in the freezer, and it's just a lot less work and more energy efficient.
So how many piles did you have? How many kinds of ingredients were you dealing with?
Well, that's it. In a wok, you try to cook things according to how long they take to cook. You know, like chicken doesn't take very long at all, but broccoli does. You know, that kind of thing. Or it can't, but like what would take potatoes would take a long time. So I just put piles of things like scallions and pea pods take the same amount of time, and so I just put them in a little pile. And then the carrots, I did those alone because you want those to be nice and charred. But the cauliflower and broccoli take about the same amount of time, and I put them in the same pile. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And just little. It looked like a mole family had gone through and just dug up a bunch of colorful dirt. But yeah, it worked really well. And I have a lot of trouble doing actual noodles in my wok because they stick, so I have to do those in a skillet on the stove. But it didn't stick to the flat top, so I did the noodles too.
Wow.
Yeah, and also garlic didn't stick. When I have, you know, just minced garlic, but I have trouble with that sticking to the skillet and the wok, and it didn't stick to the flat top. And so, man, I love that thing. And I never considered buying one. And you know, I'm so snoopy. When I'm driving around town, I'm like, oh look, they have a big ceramic cooker. Or, oh look, they have blah blah blah. And I've only ever seen one of those flat top grills out, where I could see it, only one in all of Clatsop County, and I'm sure there's more, but you know how people,
Yeah.
you see gas grills all the time, I'd only ever seen one of them, but yeah, I love that thing.
Hooray.
Yeah.
What a nice gift.
Yes, for sure, very exciting. But
Someone hoping to be invited to
to
dinner.
dinner many times, and it's and like I said, it's fun because it was a gift, and I didn't have like every plan mapped out before I justified the purchase. It was it was just like a discovery, and it was really fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What's new with you?
Nothing really new, although, as evidenced by I think the last time we got together and talked on the radio, I'm deep into beef stew season.
Oh yeah.
And so I have already done the Dijon cognac beef stew, which is my favorite.
It's so good.
And since I saw you last, I did just a traditional beef stew, which Tom really liked, and that I made enough to put some in the freezer. So I have a couple of dinners done.
I just love that when I can just pull something out. I go to the freezer and I'm just like patting myself on the back. I'm so brilliant.
Well, you know what? It's especially nice at dinner time because you're the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you've been doing something, including cooking,
Mhm.
all the whole, previous to that. So it's nice to be able to kind of cook once in a while.
Yeah.
Although I do like the prep involved in a dinner meal, which is very different from cooking breakfast.
Yeah.
So I do like that if I have the energy. But I'm gonna do beef bourguignon next.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really love that.
Are you gonna do the Julia Child method?
I have done, and
Okay.
of course, fabulous.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna try. There's a new Melissa. What's her name?
Clark?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
a new Melissa Clark recipe.
She's so good. Her recipes are so reliable and so
Yes.
delicious.
Yes.
I really, really admire her.
And I think the one I haven't made beef bourguignon for a while, but I think Ina Garten also has one that's really reliably. Her stuff is always really.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, she makes the same thing.
Yeah.
They're in the same category as far as I'm concerned.
So I'm gonna mostly what I can talk to you about today is things I'm going to make because I can't think of. I mean, we've done a couple dinners of soup and sandwich, depending on who has to go where when,
Mhm.
and a beef stew and a couple of breakfasts for dinner. But I haven't really done anything earth-shattering
Yeah.
in the last couple weeks.
Well, I found a salad dressing that I really like, and yeah.
I'm in the market for something.
Well, and it's nothing spectacular, but I mean, it's not like earth-shatteringly different or anything. But the New York Times calls it their house dressing, and it's from a Via Carota restaurant. And I have a cookbook from there, and it's a good cookbook. Restaurant in New York City.
From everywhere.
I know that's like not really narrowing it down, is it? Anyway, it's just a vinaigrette, but it had a lot of shallot in it. It said one large shallot, and I had like, the spawning mother of shallots, so that might have made it taste really shalloty. But it used sherry vinegar. And another thing they did that I really like is they put water in it. I don't like when you taste a dressing and it's really assaultive, but it's not so much on the salad, but it is when you just taste it. I don't like that. I want it to be milder, and you do that. You tone the vinegar down with water, so that's something they did, and it has 2 kinds of mustard and honey, thyme, garlic, and it was just really nice, and it reminded me of a dressing that I used to make, and I don't know, I need to do it more, but it's just the same kind of thing, but a lot of Dijon and a lot of tarragon, and that's a dressing that I really like on just lettuce and asparagus and walnuts. I think that's delicious.
A good vinaigrette is just good on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good marinade for meat. It's good on everything.
Yeah.
I have half a jar of homemade vinaigrette right now that I need to doctor up because I didn't like the first half of it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't measure anything.
Yeah.
I'm pouring it into a pint mason
Mhm.
jar, and I can sort of eyeball it. And if you've made it for a million years,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty good. But, and there's nothing to dislike about it, but it's too vinegary, so I need to add a little something.
I wonder if just water would fix it.
I think that water is a really good
Yeah.
go-to, and I almost never go to it. That's why I'm
No,
like,
same thing with this recipe. I'm like, oh, duh, water. I know water, duh, water. But then,
Got that.
yeah, but the brain's like, no, blank water. Can't think of water.
Yeah.
No, blank.
No, maybe honey, maybe
Yeah,
lemon.
yeah. I'm gonna put some blueberry jam, which would probably work. But
Yeah, but no, water better.
yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of it is also the mouthfeel of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's very easy to make it a little heavy-handed and then have it be rude to fragile lettuces and stuff.
I love that. And a salt to the asparagus.
Wow.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they had another dressing too. You know how on the internet, so I found that dressing, or I think specifically it was emailed to me because, you know, I'm lazy. And then it was part of another article that had dressings, and there was one that I didn't like, and that was kind of complex too, because you had to get that stuff I can never aquafaba, or
Oh, yeah.
the juice of garbanzo beans, and I just-
Canned
yeah, and I was just like, okay, I'll go get the juice of garbanzo beans, but you know how you just don't want to, and then it was just making a vegan mayonnaise, and I'm like, I could have just used mayonnaise, but I also didn't like it that much, but they had a sesame ginger dressing. Now that's not earth shattering, right? Those are flavors we thought of together before, but they put a jalapeno in it,
Oh.
and it was blended, and it was delicious because the jalapeno was spicy and it was fresh.
Yes.
It was really good. And so that one was called creamy sesame ginger dressing, and from the New York Times. And it's lemon juice, rice vinegar, and I love rice vinegar, white miso, honey, sesame oil, garlic, ginger, and a jalapeno, and oil, of course, and salt and pepper. It was just really good.
Yum.
Yeah,
I like the whole idea of that.
yeah. I didn't put the seeds in because I'm not stupid.
I don't hate myself. Oh. I have a recipe from the very ancient days when I used to have a restaurant.
Yeah.
And the chef there, who is brilliant, Britta Nelson,
Oh yeah.
brilliant. And she did, in our array of choices of salad dressing for people, she made a bacon ranch. It's a bacon sour cream dressing. It is so good. It's so good. And sadly, the recipe I have for it makes a half gallon or something. I had really a lot. And I mean, it calls for, you know, a quart of buttermilk, whatever. But when I cut that down, and I'm not I could live forever without ranch dressing. It is not even in my top 3 favorite dressings.
Okay.
But this particular one is just so good, and I think it's just the pepper bacon in there.
Well, I like ranch dressing when I make it, and it's a time consuming and expensive dressing to make.
It is
It's not
expensive.
like the squirt bottle of, you know,
Yeah.
xanthan gum dressing, you know, that you get in the store. So it's buttermilk and mayonnaise and sour cream and so many different herbs, garlic and vinegar and I think lemon juice, I can't remember for sure, but I have it written down, I swear. But it's just parsley and cilantro and thyme and everything. I mean, just so many different herbs. So I don't have them all in my garden. It gets expensive,
Yeah,
but it's delicious.
it is completely delicious, and it makes me, whenever I get around to doing it, because Tom will like a ranch dressing, he likes blue cheese dressing, and putting blue cheese in a ranch dressing makes it pretty
Makes it blue cheese dressing.
fabulous.
Yeah.
And if there's bacon in there, I don't know, isn't that an entree? I think it's an entree.
You're probably getting married.
Or staying married.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever made scallion pancakes or anything like that?
I have, but not for decades.
I've been craving that, or okonomiyaki, is that what it's called? The
I don't know.
like an omelet kind of thing with
Oh, okay.
scallions and
Yeah.
everything in it. I have been craving those, but especially the scallion pancakes, I might have to make them
That's a good
very
idea.
soon. And when I was looking up a recipe for them, I came across one that had squid in it.
Oh, I don't have any of that.
I'm gonna probably skip the squid. Skip the squid. No, not that I don't like squid, I like
Yeah,
squid, but I'm not buying squid to put it in a pancake, I'm sorry,
no.
no. And also, what, annoying to the pancake, I would think the
Yes,
pancake
yes.
might be vaguely
I want
annoying.
to shine, I want to shine. I'm the hero.
Well, I am looking forward to trying that. In my list of things I plan to cook.
What do you serve your scallion pancakes with?
Well, it depends on the actual recipe and what's in there, but I would like to serve it with like just a little soy, scallion, garlic, ginger drizzle or something. Or maybe even, oh my God, I can't say the name of the sauce that has citrus and soy in it.
Oh, ponzu?
Yeah.
Jinx.
Ponzu would be delicious drizzled over that.
Yeah.
I want to take a quick minute and remind everybody that Food Talk is a co-production of KMUN Community Radio and North Coast Food Web. And once again, I am moved to urge you to go to kmun.org and northcoastfoodweb.org and shop around in those websites. They're fabulous. Do yourself a favor.
Well, I know you've been baking for Valentine's Day.
Oh, yes, of course.
But, the Super Bowl's coming up.
Yeah.
Another holiday.
I'm more interested in the Super Bowl than I am in Valentine's Day. Not because I'm not romantic, and I am married to a romantic person,
Aw.
but it has nothing to do with shopping holidays. So,
Yeah. Well, I like chicken wings.
Yep.
And if you try to order them out on a Super Bowl day, you'll get them, the following Thursday. Because, good Lord, everybody does that. So, I do this is a home cooking show. I do a cheater thing. I don't buy them raw or anything. I just buy those frozen bags of spicy chicken wings that are already
okay.
cooked, And then what I do is I cook them on the grill because I love that grill flavor on the grass gill. Oh, good Lord. You know what I mean. So I just get the grill hot, and then I put I actually put a little bit of oil, some neutral oil, in a big bowl, and I toss the frozen chicken wings around so they get a little bit of oil on the outside, and then just so they're kind of shiny. And then I put the absolutely frozen chicken wings on the grill, and if you do it that way, they are cooked all the way through, so they're not going to kill you, but they won't stick. And that's the problem with chicken wings on a gas grill, is just that they get ripped to shreds because they fuse so completely with the grill. But if you put them on there frozen, they don't, and then it's really delicious. Make some honey mustard sauce, make some cheese sauce, and it's I think really good. We do that every year
for Super Bowl.
For Super Bowl, it's a holiday.
I think chicken wings were a thing. Baked buffalo wings were a thing this morning on Sam Sifton's column.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He always copies me.
He is such a snake about that. Well, I like chicken wings. I really like Asian chicken wings more than buffalo chicken wings. But they're really the best part of the chicken.
There's a way that we used to cook them in a Chinese restaurant that I worked. Oh, they were so good with oyster sauce. So oyster sauce is pretty dang salty. So in a bowl, you mix oyster sauce and sugar 1-to-1, 1-to-1 ratio, and then you cut up 3 times more scallions than you think you're gonna need. And so we were deep frying the wings, of course, but you could use any kind of wing that you wanted. So we used, just because it's more Chinese, like a cornstarch coating on the raw wing, and then we deep fry them. And then in a wok, just stir fry them, get them hot, and then pour that sauce in. And then you just keep, the sauce is the 1-to-1 sugar and oyster sauce. And then you keep stir frying until the sauce is no longer liquid, and it's quite sticky and it's sticking to the wings. And then you just toss in that giant handful of scallion, and give it 2 tosses and pull it out. And those were really, really good.
They sound real good.
Yeah. And so they were sticky, a little bit sweet, not too sweet because our oyster sauce is so salty. I gotta have the sugar, and they were really delicious.
What a good tip. Your knowledge of cooking comes from cooking, but also from having worked in so many different kinds of restaurants.
I know, it is funny, in the 80s I went straight to a French restaurant, and I went to a Chinese restaurant, and I'm like, ooh, this is different. Oh, I did not have a sommelier. But that's another flavor. He was angry because of Vietnam. Oh,
Well, we're into that stuff.
yeah. I really like all kinds of Asian food.
Me too. And one of the things I like about it so much, besides the flavors are spectacular, is that a whole lot of it is fast.
Yeah.
And that is lovely.
Yeah.
Really lovely. At any time if you don't feel like doing much, that's the way to go.
Yeah, for sure.
That and my rice, my rice noodles.
Oh, man, rice cookers, they're just, it saves the burner, and you don't have to worry about the rice. Yeah, I think I even talked about that in the radio. I went to a dinner party a few years ago, but the host and the hostess were just, they couldn't be 100% present at their party because they kept worrying about the rice. The rice is on the stove. Is the rice done? Is the rice burning? Is it overflowing? Check the rice. And if you have a rice cooker, you just plug it in and it's perfect. So much better than you can make it.
And then it holds it at
Yeah,
temp for a really, really long time and never gets dried out. I love it. Plus, you can add things like you can add salmon to it. You can add veg to it. You can add chestnuts to it. There's all kinds of things you can stick in there and have be cooking away along with your rice. And then it's just, put that on the table with a thing of soy sauce and a fork.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. That's probably my most treasured.
Small appliance?
I think so. That and a very small blender that is just perfect for smoothies.
Okay.
Garlic,
I have
ginger.
a regular blender for the big things.
But
that
it's
you
such
do.
an ordeal to wash those things.
And if you're trying to blend a small amount of something in a regular blender, it's not very
It just
efficient.
gets chased around.
Yeah, it does.
Just get
It's
blended.
like, don't insult me with this 5 tablespoons of something. So I like this
Not
little
too much.
one on the counter that just is, I don't even know how many ounces. I would say it probably maxes out at about 12 ounces.
Okay.
So that's perfect for a glass of something.
Well, and then brown rice is so much healthier for you.
Yes,
It's just so much better for you. And
so
then
delicious.
yes, and then also just that lack of a sugar spike that you get from white rice, but it takes so much longer to cook. And so your burners, if you do it on the stove, is taken up. And then just because there's that better part of an hour that it takes, then there's just such a greater chance that you're gonna mess it up,
Yeah.
that it's gonna burn, that it's gonna overflow, all those things that rice does.
Yes, yeah. Rice
So-
can be very ill-behaved if
Yeah.
you insist that it be on the stove.
Yeah, but it can be 2 hours before dinner and you're like, I'm gonna have, brown rice. Well, I can do it now. It'll be fine,
Yeah.
Done. What? So great.
Yes, it's so great. Yeah, I know. I think it's made a lot of difference in how, it's one of those appliances that made a huge difference for people. And I see Asian cooks on the internet all the time using a rice cooker
Yeah,
because
yeah,
why not?
yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
Except for half of America. Why? They're so good.
Because their loved ones have not given them a rice cooker for a gift. That's the thing.
Yeah, my rice.
No. No. So
Look what happened.
just get some simple ones, press play, and have it hold until you're ready for it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I add leftover rice. Nothing like it.
Yeah.
So
In almost any soup it's good.
yeah, that's true. And also in just like I would often put potatoes in breakfast food, but you can also put some leftover rice in
Yeah.
there too.
Well, and then you have to have leftover rice. It has to be day old to successfully make fried rice.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, kimchi fried rice. See, it makes me it makes me happy just thinking about it.
Oh, my favorite brand of chili oil got discontinued.
What?
I couldn't find it, and so I went online this morning, went to the company, Lee Kumke, and then it's not
Are
there.
you serious?
I know it's so sad, it's so tragic. I'm weeping on the inside, I'm smiling, but it's fake.
Is it the chili oil or the chili paste?
No, not neither one of those. It's the cow tooth cereal.
Oh, yeah.
I love that stuff.
Oh.
So sad. Oh, I have to read about it.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't know that was coming and hadn't bought like 3
Well,
gallons.
no,
of it.
because I buy it by the case, the little
Oh
jars by
my
the
God.
case, and so I was done with my case and I went, so I'm sure it's been quite a while because I
Yeah.
had 12 jars, you know? So sad.
Oh, rats. Rats.
Send cards to KMUN.
Listen, care of.
But I mean, there's so many good chili crisps and stuff like that out there,
No,
so
there are.
I'll find another one.
I have several on my kitchen counter right now. I just really take every second for that stuff, and I will put it on everything in the refrigerator. I just love chili crisps of any kind, and whether it's the crisp chili in the chili oil, and it could be called chili crisp, it's kind of and everything, but that stuff,
That's really good.
it's really good.
So I've been thinking about maybe cooking Chinese cooking because I have a friend whose husband is newly celiac.
Oh, yes.
So Chinese cooking is a thing that you can do really successfully and deliciously gluten free.
Yeah.
And so just been thinking about that and the sauce it'll work and anyway, that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. What about soy sauce?
There's really good gluten-free soy sauces out there, but soy sauce isn't gluten-free. It's usually by tamarind. What is it? Come on, brain. No, it's not tamarind, is it?
Tamari.
Thank you so much, my brain. Yeah, tamari if you want gluten-free.
Yeah,
But-
which is delicious, and I always choose it over soy sauce.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I like it.
But there are really good soy sauces that are gluten-free out there. And then hoisin is a hard one, but I might have it figured out. Oyster is a hard one because they just taste weird. Oyster
Now,
sauce.
wait a minute, you just skipped over that, I might have it figured out.
I'm hoping that I can doctor one up to make it taste good.
Oh, yeah,
Get some like 5 spice and sweet stuff in there.
uh-huh,
And then peanut sauce is easy to make gluten free. Sesame oil is gluten free. Chili crisp is gluten free. There's just so many flavors that are gluten free.
yeah.
And then I really like black bean garlic paste, black bean garlic sauce.
That's,
But it usually has fermented some kind of bean in there, and that usually in Chinese ingredients has wheat in it. I couldn't find one that didn't have wheat in it. But that's so easy to make with those salted black beans that come in a little cryovac bag
yeah.
that are Chinese. You rinse them, you soak them, and you rinse them, and you mash them up, and then just mix them with some stuff. And I think that I haven't tried yet, but I think I'll be able to make a good black bean sauce rather than just spooning it out of a jar, which is what I usually do because it's really easy
And delicious,
Yeah.
yes, but if you can't have it, then.
Yeah, if it's gonna kill your
Yeah.
friends.
You really don't wanna have to do without something if there's a way that you can have it,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Hey,
So that's been a lot of fun.
I am very sorry to have to tell you that we're practically out of time.
No, I don't want to go out in the rain.
We're worried about the rain, other people are shoveling their way out, so
Oh yeah, that's
we
true.
need to be a little bit careful about our
I'm
whining.
so sorry.
We're welcome to whine, but we should probably do it quietly.
I'm going to heck.
Well, on your way, do you wanna sing us out?
Sure. We're driving our vegetables, we're driving our green edibles, we're driving our vegetables around. We are driving our broccoli, we're driving our cauliflower, driving a bushel of oh my gosh, I messed up the last word. Isn't that remarkable? Sometimes
Thank
I
you,
spell my
Linda.
name wrong.
Playing Food Talk, February 3rd, 2025.
Wow, Linda Perkins, we almost had a fanfare there. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're safe and warm and not having to do too much plowing around in the ice and snow. It's time for food talk.
Yay!
I'm Marianne Myers, and I am joined, as always, by my fabulous co-host, Linda Perkins. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Marianne.
We made it here.
I know, I don't have my apron on.
Well,
I was looking for my apron, the one that has the snow shovels on it. And then I remembered I didn't have an apron with snow shovels on it.
So
And then I didn't get any farther than that.
never mind. Oh my gosh. Well, we're here, I'm pretty happy about it, and I'm hoping everybody out there is being careful.
Yeah, we drove in and it was snowing and then, now it's, of course it's stopped. But then the weather for Astoria says it's supposed to start snowing at 10 o'clock when the show ends, and so I'm taking it a little personal.
Oh my gosh. So, it's good cooking weather.
Yeah, that's for sure. You want the oven on,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you
just so you
think?
can stand in front of it, put hands in it occasionally.
Yeah, exactly. Yikes. What have you been cooking?
Well, I made some chili. So,
Oh.
the New York Times had a recipe recently, like in the last couple days, well, in the last week, and it's called Firehouse Chili Gumbo. And it,
Oh, I saw
yeah,
that,
yeah.
Sam Sifton wrote about it.
yes, and he said that it was the chili that won the firefighters' national chili cook-off, so it's gonna not suck, right? So,
One hit on the hook.
yeah, so I tried it, but, and it was good, a little sweet, and you know what, if you read the comments, 9 out of 10 of them say it's too sweet,
Okay.
but, there's ketchup in it, and I think that's why.
Yeah, of course, ketchup is
Really
seriously.
sugary, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's a chili where you, brown your meat and mix a bunch of spices and leave that off to the side. And then you make, like a gumbo, what do you call it,
Like a
roux?
roux,
Yeah, so it's that kind of gumbo one where you just stir it and stir it forever, like 10 to 15 minutes, which is
Yeah,
just so long.
Because you want it to be dark.
Yes, and I just don't think that added very much to the chili.
Uh-huh.
I think that was a lot of extra work that just didn't need to be done. I think that the chili would have been just fine if I did like I normally do, which is brown the meat and then, sweat the vegetables and then put everything else in there and make the chili. I think that the gumbo part of it was unnecessary and that the chili was a little snotty because of it. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
yeah.
And it wasn't a lot. It was just, it was 3 pounds of ground beef and then just 2 tablespoons of flour and 3
Holy
tablespoons
moly.
of fat. So it wasn't a lot at all. And so I really don't think it would be missed and it would cut the cook time, not the cook time, but the time that you're actually doing work, more than half. Well, half, which is great.
Yeah.
So anyway, it had good flavor, except it was a little sweet. So if anybody makes it, just, do like a third of a cup of ketchup instead of a cup.
Or just use tomato paste instead.
There's a lot of tomato paste in it.
Is it?
There's 2 6-ounce cans, which is
Oh,
a lot for
well, that's
something with only 3 pounds of meat and hardly any sauce, you know?
Yeah.
So, and so all that, the tomatoey stuff made it thick, and with the gumbo, that I think made it a little snotty. But the flavor was good, and it didn't have beans, so I think I'll stick what's left. I'm gonna put some beans in, and I think we're gonna have chili dogs.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, which sounds really good, and it's the kind of it with all the ketchup in it, with a whole cup of ketchup, it tasted more like sloppy Joe.
Oh, yeah.
And it was that consistency too, so we could do that, or I think chili dog sounds good. I got some good hot dogs at that one of those meat markets in Longview,
Yeah. I think that, like, all of that winter stuff that you cook vat of, you know what I mean?
yes.
It's so cool to be able to morph into other
Yeah.
things. Yeah, I was thinking about it this morning because I had made a soup that was then stew, and then it was shepherd's pie kind of thing with some used mashed potatoes on top.
I love that used.
I mean, it can just keep going,
Yeah.
and that's a really lovely thing. It's a way to have the warmth of cooking without actually cooking. Once you've done it once, then you're just like rearranging the furniture and warming it up again. I love that.
I am so into batch cooking and sticking stuff in the freezer and being able to pull it out later.
Yeah.
That's just my modus operandi. I just don't want to do that much work every day,
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Really.
And I think if you just do that, well, there's a couple people I know who are fine with it, but if you do that much work every day, I think you risk burnout.
I think even if you're not discouraged about the physical effort, just running out of a plan, ideas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that's a thing for me.
Yeah.
I just run out of it's time to fix something, and I'm like standing in front of an open refrigerator, going, what?
Yeah, and I think people that don't like leftovers, they really just don't like having something 2 times in a row. And
Yeah.
then if you stick it in the freezer and you have it a couple weeks later, it's something new, you know? It's not in a row.
Yeah, or if you can just make it, add a couple things and have it,
Be shepherd's pie.
have it change into a new outfit, then you could probably have it 2 nights in a row.
In our house, it's wontons. Well, I haven't done that in quite a while, but in my life in the past, it's always been wontons. Just whatever you make that's Asian, you just put it through the grinder and stick it in wonton, add some Szechuan sauce, and poof.
Dinner.
What is it? It's pork and chicken, shrimp, and beef.
Oh.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, I tried really hard to ruin my fabulous new oven. I talked to you, I
Really?
think, in a previous show about having to replace a toaster oven, and I got this countertop. It's a toaster oven, but it does tricks.
It's
and-
fancier.
Yeah, it's fancy.
It's from this millennium.
And I tried really hard to ruin it.
What did you do?
Well, I wanted to roast a bunch of eggs, and there's only 2 of us, so I don't need a sheet pan full of roast veg. So I used the baking tray that came with the thing, and I roasted off a ton of tomatoes and then bell peppers for this thing that I like to have lots of in the fridge. And it just smoked and spit and,
Really?
and generally made my kitchen, for the first time ever. I know that you have a thing about not having cooking smells in your house,
Yeah.
because you and I both have a kitchen that's pretty much part of the living room.
Yeah.
But I don't mind having cooking smells in the house, but burning olive oil is really not good. I had to open windows and turn on
Wow.
fans and scrub the entire inside, and it's really almost impossible to get all of burned on oil off. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just so adhesive.
Yeah. So, and
Wow.
it's fine. It didn't break, and it's finally stopped smelling like I did something bad every time I turned the oven on. But, I'm gonna have that enamel coating on certain parts of it inside. You know how you scorch oil and then it gets like enamel. I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
bakes on,
Yep.
and you can never get it off, and
Yeah.
it's not gonna be shiny anymore.
Well, and they have like professional type things that are specifically aimed at that, but then you never know if that's gonna poison everything you cook in there afterwards.
Yeah, I
you know?
don't wanna do that, and
Yeah.
so I just was using, just soap and water.
Yeah.
The thing that you can't really do very assertively under those circumstances is the actual heating elements,
Yeah,
I don't
oh,
wanna
yeah.
mess with them,
No.
so it just had to burn off.
Why do you think it was so violent? Why do you think it was so angry?
I think it's just, I had like a half on the little tray that came with it. It's a big thing compared to my previous toaster oven, which held like 2 slices of bread.
Yeah.
I had a tray with like 6 bell peppers on it,
Okay.
and I had coated them with some olive oil. And I know that in the future, if I want to actually roast veg in there, I probably shouldn't. I probably should just roast it, but I also will roast in my graveyard oven, that kind of stuff again. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah, because
That
I never
was
get
crazy.
any kind of angry response in my regular oven, but
No.
I don't have a toaster oven.
No, I think it's just too close to the element,
Okay, yeah, that could be.
Not enough distance.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
it was stinky and annoying, and also a shiny thing. Anyway, it was fun. What else you got with it?
Well, I've been thinking about crusts.
Really?
I know. Well, I bought this book. It's in French. It's a book about flan, but I think that might be more of a cheesecake type thing. Reading the recipes, and they have all these different crusts in there. And I thought that it was interesting. I thought what the book was about is that they put their flans in crusts, which would be really good. You know?
Yeah, it would.
And anyway, but I think what it is it's just more like a cheesecake, this European French flan. So anyway, they have so many different crusts, and I thought, I always just do the graham cracker one, and I make a smoked cheesecake a smoked salmon cheesecake
Oh.
that's savory, and then I just take, like Ritz crackers and
Uh-huh,
mash them up just like you would graham crackers. But there's so many different crusts, lots of different nuts that they use, and
yeah.
different cookies and stuff. And so I'm
Yeah.
kind of excited about that.
I've made several times ginger snap crust, and that's really good for certain things like lemon and cranberry,
Oh, nice.
that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Ooh, cranberry.
And I have seen people use, I'm trying to think of Biscoff cookies.
Yes, that was one of them. Yeah, I think they're really popular in Europe.
Yeah, they're delicious cookies. I think, Alison Roman always says Biscoff's a lot sweeter, and it is a cookie, but I don't think it's that much sweeter than a graham cracker, which is also sweet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just don't have to add much sugar to the mix. But yeah, so have you experienced it?
No, because the book itself calls for everything for this really weird sized pan,
Oh.
and so I am trying to find one of those. I don't know why it's so hard if the whole book is written around them.
Yeah, you would think
Yeah,
that it
that
would.
on the internet there'd be one, but the only one I found was at like a fake site.
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
It was like a fake restaurant supply site, and every review had 1 star. They're not going to deliver this. They're just going to take your money, and then they're going to ask for more money. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so that was a shame. I did see something cool on the internet though. It was just a little video. You know how they pop up. Good Lord. But it was something in a Middle Eastern country or Greek or something. They were Mediterranean. They were making grape leaves, but they just had this little device. So they lay a grape leaf down, put a little bit in there, go and they had the perfect grape leaf, right? Grape like dolomites or however you say that.
Yeah, donuts, yeah.
Yeah, and it was so cool, and I thought, wow, that's so cool, and it works. It looked like it worked so great. It wasn't like they were cutting to the done roll, like,
Yeah.
oh, here it is, all done, I mean, the whole process looked really great. So then I thought, I wonder if I could do that with cabbage rolls,
Oh, yeah,
because just
why not?
yeah. So anyway, then I looked some more, and sure enough, they're using it to make cabbage rolls. So then I thought, okay, I'll find this thing, not in this
The
video,
tool, yeah.
that's not in my language. I'll find it. And so what I did is I Googled grape leaf folder, because they just folded up the grape leaf rolls, But there's a bug called grape leaf folder.
Oh.
Isn't that like not a bug sounding name,
It's a profession. It's a bug with a profession.
I know, isn't that funny? But it looks kind of grasshoppery, kind of mantis-y.
Yeah.
And it's like a bug, I guess, that they have everywhere in the world but here. And so I couldn't find a grape leaf folder. And so then I'm like, okay, what can I call it? Like roller, that'll work.
Yeah.
And there's no bug called a grape leaf folder. But isn't that funny that there's a bug called a grape leaf folder? It's so funny when you get like thwarted in some really random way by the internet.
We learn things.
Yes,
We
yes.
learn new things.
But anyway, it just really looked convenient and fast and
Yeah.
efficient. And anyway.
Yeah, I love the whole idea of that, and also cabbage rolls. Yum.
Yeah, and winter cabbage rolls.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Yeah.
Quickly, I want to remind everybody that Food Talk is a co-production of KMUN Community Radio and North Coast Food Web. And as always, I will tell you that you simply must go to those 2 websites. They're full of very cool stuff. KMUN.org, northcoastfoodweb.org. Go there and be entertained and learn something.
You must. You simply
must. And from the convenience of your own home, you don't even have to take your jammies off. Just go a wandering.
You been cooking anything besides your crematorium?
Yeah. Well, I made soup. I made
What kind of
a
soup
meat
did you make?
sauce. I made. This is the start with something and turn it into soup, and then turn it into shepherd's pie, and then turn it into.
Doesn't have a name. A
No.
bunch of stuff in a pot that was in the fridge.
But I had some sausage in the freezer. You know my good friend Norma Hernandez. You
Mhm.
know her.
She hates celery.
I know, and watermelon. There's no explaining except for she's brilliant in so many ways that we forgive her for that. But she brought me from one of her visits to Puerto Rico. She brought me this kind of sausage that she and I love to eat when
Okay.
we would go to Spain and Portugal, we would always have this special dish with this sausage, and they had it in Puerto Rico. She brought it to me, and I tossed it in the freezer because she told me to wait until she had the right kind of white beans to cook it.
Okay.
And then that was a couple of years ago. And
she's slow on the bean uptake.
Yeah. I think we both forgot. Anyway, I certainly forgot I had this sausage, and then it kind of surfaced in the freezer, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have that. And so you pull it out, you have it as sausage, and then the next day, slice it up and put every vegetable that's begging for help
In the vegetable hospice.
yes, into the pot with that, and a bunch of other stuff, and some stock,
Okay.
and make soup that was really quite lovely, and then turn it into stew and top it with leftover mashed potatoes and a little grated parm, and call it
Nice.
not white shepherd's pie. Any savory thing, meat or otherwise, that's in a baking pan topped with mashed potatoes is shepherd's pie. I don't care. I don't care what the shepherds say about it. That's what it is. So I did that, and I remembered that migas is a really fabulous breakfast, and I made migas.
I don't know that word. I've never heard it.
It's basically, it might be Tex-Mex. I'm not
Okay.
sure that it's actually Mexican, but when we lived in Austin, it's something that I would order because it was so delicious. And anyway, it's at my house, this is what it is. You cut a corn tortilla into edible pieces, and crisp it up a little bit, put it on a paper towel to drain, and then do your whatever kind of veg you're going to put in your scrambled eggs. And I just there again is an opportunity to get rid of some veg, but I was using just onion and sweet peppers, and I didn't even have any chili peppers. But you can fix that by putting some hot sauce or whatever. It's also in your scrambled eggs, you know what I mean? So it wasn't. And I also have some powdered habanero powder. That
Good Lord.
It's fabulous.
It sounds hot.
It's hot. It's hot. So just scrambled eggs, and then you toss these fried tortilla chips in as you're scrambling the eggs, and they get softened a little bit, but they stay really chewy and have crispy edges, and throw some cheese in there at the end and melt it and stir it all up, and it's just delicious.
Okay. Migas?
Migas.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
It's there are actual recipes for it. That isn't one. I'm sure that there's actual recipes for it that would be fabulous, but for me, it's an opportunity to do something with a scrambled egg and also use up stuff.
You know, when hatch chilies, and I really like hatch chilies when they come into season, and a lot of the places around here will have like a hatch chili roast. I just buy enough for the year and I stick them in the freezer, and then I'm never without them, and I like that.
That there's such a good flavor for
Yeah.
some
To me, they're just delicious. I just love them.
Yeah. Yeah, I love roasted chilies of all kinds, and certain kinds of things like jalapenos, which are not very hot to start with, get more assertive if you roast them. You know, if you grill them a little bit, they seem to get happier.
I love how hatch chilies, how they can just tell. It's like a steak. You know, they'll have different bins, and then it'll be, medium, hot, mild, and just that they know that about the chilies. Where it's like, you know, if you get a poblano,
Poblano.
good Lord. I was combining it for some reason with the word bologna. Thanks, brain.
Well, there's a new hybrid, and we'll look forward to finding that on our grocery shelves.
But I mean, it can be anywhere from 5,000 Scovilles to 1 zillion Scovilles. It's always such a experiment in terror when you take that first bite.
Yeah, it is. I wanted to have a little spice in the soup that I made, and I just threw a couple of dried. I have a bunch of dried chilies, and I think that the ones that I threw in might have even been just dried jalapenos. I'm not sure what they were, but I just threw them in whole. I didn't cut a slit in them. I didn't soak them. I didn't.
Okay.
didn't take their seeds out. I just threw them in whole, and it was
Interesting.
easy, and it added just the right,
Okay,
just the
nice.
right thing. I mean, it was just a vegetable meat soup. You didn't, it wasn't chili. So that was a good way.
I've never done that, just toss one in there.
Me either, but I was late.
Kind of like a bay leaf.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we've talked about bay leaves before, and you and I got some fresh bay leaves from
Yes.
some listener, and that was a huge gift. And
Yeah.
I took them all off their stems and put them in the freezer, and I love having fresh bay leaves. I mean,
Yeah.
they're still they're a little bit leathery when they come out of the freezer, and they taste like something, they smell like something, they're just nice. I'm not gonna buy dried bay leaves anymore.
Bay is just such a delicate, beautiful flavor.
Mm-hmm. It is. I love it. It's perfect for
Especially in soup.
Yeah, perfect for soup. Perfect for pasta sauce, all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. It's always hard though, fishing them out. I've learned, like especially like if I'm making something like a black bean soup, because I like to blend a little bit of it to make it thick that way, not with the snot way. And so I'll drop an immersion blender down in there. But if I have bay leaves in there, their texture is just not something you want to eat.
Yeah.
Especially ground up. And so you got to get them all out. So you got to count them, put them in when you put them in, and you got to count them when you pull them out. But what happens is I think that they just becomes flat against the edge of the pan.
Yeah.
And so when you make a big vat of something, you're just trying to find, and it's an exercise in frustration.
You can maybe bundle them like you would a bouquet gardening if they have little stems on. I don't know, is there a way to, I haven't had because you're making huge quantities of things, and I'm not. So it's easy for me to find 3 bay leaves in a saucepan.
And mine's down a stock pot,
Yeah,
So-
no, that would be annoying.
Can't like put your arm in and burn it off.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, I got something that's new.
What?
It's not going to be very exciting to anybody else, but it is to me. It's a 2 tablespoon measuring cup, so 1/8 of a cup.
What?
I know that's stupid, but I just love it.
So I just completed my kava bowl. You can watch the video from the start to see. I have roasted corns. I have pinto bean, chickpea. I have some country style rice and beans, some roasted chicken breast, some lettuce, I have my herbs in there, my ginger, my garlic. I had some seasoning to it. So if you watch the video, you'll see early on what I put into this. Had some tomatoes. I had some garden ranch dressing that I had. I just drizzle it on top of here. I did put in some crushed pepper flakes inside there, so it does have a little, spice. It's not extreme. It's like mild. This thing is good. The only thing that I'm missing is some avocado. I did not have any avocado at all. So that's the only thing that I'm missing. I would love to have that flavor inside of this bowl. But oh my gosh, this thing is amazing. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I cut up some cucumbers in there. So yeah, so this is my homemade kava bowl. Well, it's just like Chipotle, but I love kava. And I decided like, okay, I can make this at home. So instead of wasting 20 bucks, pantry, let's go in your pantry. I'm sure you have some red beans, some kidney peas or whatever. I'm sure you have some pinto beans. I'm sure you have some corn. Look in your refrigerator for cucumbers, lettuce, tomatoes, sweet pepper. Oh yeah, I did put sweet pepper in there. Bell peppers. This is really good. Like, listen, this is so good. I mean, for the ranch. I mean, if you want to make it at home, but if not, you can always, like, I know a lot of you guys have like salad dressing home, but if you want to make it at home, you just make it there, make it even more fantastic. This is delicious. Wow. And I was just doing them in batch because really, I just get a big bowl, right? So this is the bowl, and this is the rest of the ingredients. So the bell pepper, the garlic, ginger, the corn, the pinto, the chickpea, the rice and beans, red beans, everything is all in this. Everything is flavored in this. So I can pot this in the fridge. Well, I'm going to show you how I'm going to like put it in a storage container. I mean, it's not a biggie, but you already know to do that. But I'm going to put it in a storage container. Get some more lettuce, get some more cucumbers, get some more tomatoes, because you don't want to put the lettuce, the cucumbers, and tomatoes in this. This is just for what you stew on the stove. So you roast the corn. I do it in one pot. I roast the corn and the chicken breasts. So when I roast the corn and the chicken breasts, I put them in first in this storage bowl, and then I move on to the rest of the ingredients, which was the pinto bean, and I stew the pinto bean for a while, and after that I pour it in with the corn and the chicken breast and the roasted corn and chicken breast. I pour in the pinto bean, and then I started to stew the chickpeas. And when that was done, I put that in the bowl, and then I move on to doing the country style red, what am I saying? The country style, red beans and rice. And how I do it is like, because for instance, when you pop it out the pan, I really don't have no flavor really. So I add the seasoning to that. And the pepper, the ginger, the garlic, the bell peppers, the crushed peppers. So that give it the taste that I want. And when you finish with that, with the rice and everything, and you pour it into this bowl with the corn and stuff, you just mix it together, and then you go prepare your tomatoes, your cucumbers and stuff. So, yep. See? I'm enjoying this. I didn't add any cheese to this because I didn't need to. But I put the romaine lettuce at the bottom. The last thing I did was just drizzle the ranch dressing on top. And everything is roasted just fine. It's not too, it's not burnt at all. It's not soggy. It's just the right consistency. And yeah, this is the best Chipotle or Kava bowl ever. No. Mm, yeah. I think I'm gonna make a longer video because I don't know how. I was having a little problem streaming today. It's been a while. Yeah. Yep. The roast chicken tastes so good. I did the ginger big, give it such a nice flavor. Mm-hmm. Try it. Mm-mm-mm. All right, I'm full. I am full. And I still have a lot more in there. Well, not a lot was. Yeah, I'm full, man. I'm full. Okay. All right, stay tuned for more video. Like, subscribe, and share. My homemade kava bowl or my homemade chipotle bowl. Yeah. See you in the next one. Creative Cooking Advocate TV. Bye-bye.